Why We Sleep, Complete Summary by Matthew Walker. Introduction, The Sleep Crisis. Sleep is not the absence of wakefulness, but a rich, active state that is essential for life itself. Despite spending one-third of our lives asleep, we've developed a culture that treats sleep as a luxury rather than a necessity. This comprehensive summary explores the groundbreaking research that reveals why sleep is fundamental to every aspect of human health and performance. Part 1. The Science of Sleep. Chapter 1. The Mystery of Sleep. Sleep is a universal biological imperative found across all species studied. Every animal that has been carefully investigated sleeps, suggesting that sleep evolved very early in life's history and serves critical functions that cannot be accomplished while awake. The drive to sleep is controlled by two primary mechanisms: the circadian rhythm, our internal 24-hour clock, and sleep pressure, the accumulation of adenosine in the brain. The circadian rhythm is regulated by a master clock in the brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which responds to light and darkness signals. Sleep pressure builds throughout the day as adenosine accumulates, creating the feeling of tiredness. Caffeine works by blocking adenosine receptors, temporarily masking our sleepiness, but not eliminating the underlying sleep debt. When caffeine wears off, the accumulated adenosine hits all at once, causing the familiar crash. Chapter 2. The Stages of Sleep. Sleep is not a uniform state, but consists of distinct stages that serve different functions. There are two main types of sleep: non-REM, NREM, and REM, rapid eye movement. Sleep. NREM sleep has 4 stages, with stages 3 and 4 being deep sleep. During deep NREM sleep, the brain produces large, slow delta waves. This is when the most restorative processes occur, including memory consolidation, toxin clearance, and physical restoration. REM sleep is characterized by rapid eye movements, vivid dreams, and temporary muscle paralysis. The brain is highly active during REM sleep, almost as active as when awake. REM sleep is crucial for emotional regulation, creativity, and certain types of memory processing. A healthy night's sleep cycles through these stages multiple times, with deep NREM sleep dominating the first half of the night and REM sleep becoming more prevalent in the second half. Chapter 3. Sleep across the lifespan. Sleep needs and patterns change dramatically throughout life. Newborns sleep 14 to 17 hours per day, with about 50% being REM sleep, which is critical for rapid brain development. As we age, total sleep time decreases and sleep becomes more fragmented. Teenagers experience a natural shift in their circadian rhythm, making them biologically programmed to stay up later and wake up later. This shift is driven by hormonal changes and doesn't reverse until the early 20s. The typical school start time of 8 a.m. is misaligned with teenage biology, contributing to chronic sleep deprivation among adolescents. Older adults often experience earlier bedtimes and wake times, along with more fragmented sleep. However, the belief that elderly people need less sleep is a myth. They need the same amount but often struggle to achieve it due to age-related changes in sleep architecture and increased prevalence of sleep disorders. Part 2. Why We Sleep. Chapter 4. Sleep and the Brain. Sleep serves numerous critical functions for brain health and performance. During sleep, the brain's glymphatic system becomes highly active, clearing metabolic waste products, including amyloid beta plaques associated with Alzheimer's disease. This cleansing process is most efficient during deep NREM sleep when brain cells shrink, creating larger spaces for cerebrospinal fluid to flow through. Sleep is essential for memory consolidation. During NREM sleep, the brain transfers information from temporary storage in the hippocampus to long-term storage in the cortex. This process strengthens important memories while allowing less relevant information to fade. REM sleep plays a unique role in integrating new information with existing knowledge, fostering creativity and insight. Many scientific breakthroughs have occurred after periods of REM sleep, as the brain makes novel connections between disparate pieces of information. Sleep deprivation severely impairs cognitive function, including attention, working memory, and decision-making. After just one night of sleep loss, cognitive performance can decline by 40% or more. Chapter 5. Sleep and Learning. The relationship between sleep and learning is bidirectional. Sleep before learning prepares the brain to acquire new information effectively, while sleep after learning consolidates and strengthens memories. Students who sleep after studying perform significantly better on tests than those who stay awake. All-nighters are counterproductive because they prevent the memory consolidation that occurs during sleep. The brain literally cannot learn efficiently without adequate sleep. Sleep also enhances skill learning and motor performance. Musicians, athletes, and anyone learning physical skills benefit enormously from sleep, as the brain refines and perfects motor memories during certain stages of sleep. Naps can provide learning benefits, particularly if they include both NREM and REM sleep. A 60 to 90-minute nap can boost learning capacity and memory consolidation without interfering with nighttime sleep. Chapter 6. Sleep and Emotions. Sleep and emotions are intimately connected. The amygdala, the brain's emotional center, becomes 60% more reactive when we're sleep deprived. This hyperactivity leads to increased emotional volatility, anxiety, and difficulty regulating emotions. Sleep deprivation also impairs the prefrontal cortex's ability to control the amygdala, leading to inappropriate emotional responses. Sleep-deprived individuals are more likely to interpret neutral faces as threatening and have difficulty reading social cues accurately. REM sleep plays a crucial role in emotional processing and mental health. During REM sleep, stress-related neurochemicals like norepinephrine are suppressed, allowing the brain to process emotional memories in a safe, neurochemical environment. This process helps separate the emotional charge from memories, allowing us to remember events without being overwhelmed by the associated emotions. Chronic sleep deprivation is strongly linked to depression, anxiety, and other mental health disorders. In many cases, treating sleep problems can significantly improve mental health symptoms. Part 3. Sleep Disorders and Modern Challenges. Chapter 7. Sleep Disorders. Sleep disorders affect millions of people worldwide and can have serious health consequences. Sleep apnea, characterized by repeated breathing interruptions during sleep, affects about 10% of adults and significantly increases the risk of cardiovascular disease, stroke, and death. Insomnia, the inability to fall asleep or stay asleep, is often caused by anxiety, stress, or poor sleep habits. Chronic insomnia can become self-perpetuating as people develop anxiety about sleep itself. Narcolepsy involves sudden attacks of REM sleep during waking hours, caused by the loss of neurons that produce hypocretin, a wake-promoting neurotransmitter. Many sleep disorders go undiagnosed, partly because people don't recognize the symptoms or don't realize that their sleep problems are treatable medical conditions. Chapter 8. Sleep and Society. Modern society is suffering from a sleep deprivation epidemic. The average person now sleeps 6 to 7 hours per night, compared to 8 to 9 hours a century ago. This chronic sleep loss has profound implications for public health, safety, and economic productivity. Drowsy driving causes more accidents than alcohol and drugs combined. Being awake for 19 hours produces cognitive impairment equivalent to being legally drunk. Sleep-deprived medical residents make significantly more errors, and shift workers have higher rates of accidents and health problems. The economic cost of sleep deprivation is staggering, with estimates suggesting it costs developed nations 2 to 3% of their GDP annually through reduced productivity, increased healthcare costs, and accidents. Technology use, particularly screens emitting blue light, interferes with natural circadian rhythms. The artificial light from phones, tablets, and computers suppresses melatonin production, making it harder to fall asleep. Chapter 9. Sleep and Physical Health. Sleep is as important for physical health as diet and exercise. Chronic sleep deprivation increases the risk of obesity, diabetes, cardiovascular disease, and cancer. Sleep loss disrupts hormones that regulate hunger and satiety. Sleep-deprived individuals produce more ghrelin, hunger hormone, and less leptin, satiety hormone, leading to increased appetite and weight gain. Just 1 week of sleeping 5 hours per night can cause a 15% reduction in testosterone levels in healthy young men. The immune system is heavily dependent on sleep. During sleep, the body produces infection-fighting cells and antibodies. Sleep-deprived individuals are 3 times more likely to develop a cold when exposed to the virus, and their response to vaccines is significantly reduced. Sleep affects cardiovascular health through multiple mechanisms. Chronic sleep deprivation increases blood pressure, heart rate, and inflammation markers. The risk of heart attack increases by 45% with chronic sleep loss. Chapter 10. Sleep and Longevity. The relationship between sleep and longevity follows a U-shaped curve. Both too little sleep, less than 6 hours, and too much sleep, more than 9 hours, are associated with increased mortality risk. However, the sweet spot for longevity appears to be 7 to 8 hours of sleep per night. Sleep quality is just as important as sleep quantity. Fragmented, poor quality sleep doesn't provide the same health benefits as consolidated, restorative sleep. People in the world's blue zones, areas with exceptional longevity, consistently prioritize sleep and have cultural practices that support healthy sleep habits. Part 4. How to Sleep Better. Chapter 11. Sleep Hygiene and Optimization. Good sleep hygiene involves creating conditions that promote high-quality sleep. Key principles include regularity. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, including weekends, helps regulate the circadian rhythm. Temperature. The bedroom should be cool, around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. Core body temperature naturally drops before sleep, and a cool environment facilitates this process. Darkness. Exposure to light suppresses melatonin production. Blackout curtains, eye masks, and avoiding screens before bed can help maintain darkness. Comfort. A comfortable mattress and pillows are essential. Most mattresses should be replaced every 7 to 10 years. No caffeine after 2 p.m. Caffeine has a half-life of 5 to 7 hours, meaning it can interfere with sleep even when consumed many hours before bedtime. No alcohol before bed. While alcohol may initially make you drowsy, it fragments sleep and suppresses REM sleep. Exercise regularly. Regular physical activity improves sleep quality, but vigorous exercise should be avoided within 3 hours of bedtime. Manage stress. Relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing, or gentle stretching can help prepare the mind for sleep. Chapter 12. Sleep aids and interventions. While behavioral changes are the first line of treatment for sleep problems, some people may benefit from additional interventions. Natural approaches. Melatonin supplements can help reset circadian rhythms, particularly for jet lag or shift work. However, timing and dosage are crucial, and it's not effective for all types of sleep problems. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, CBTI. This evidence-based approach addresses the thoughts and behaviors that interfere with sleep. It's often more effective than sleeping pills and doesn't have side effects. Sleep medications. Prescription sleep aids can be helpful for short-term use, but aren't recommended for long-term treatment due to tolerance, dependence, and side effects. They also don't provide the same restorative benefits as natural sleep. Light therapy. Exposure to bright light in the morning can help regulate circadian rhythms, particularly for people with seasonal affective disorder or circadian rhythm disorders. Sleep restriction therapy. This counterintuitive approach involves limiting time in bed to match actual sleep time, which can help consolidate sleep and improve sleep efficiency. Part 5. Sleep in the Modern World. Chapter 13. Sleep and Education. The current education system is fundamentally misaligned with sleep biology, particularly for teenagers. Early school start times force adolescents to wake up during their biological night, leading to chronic sleep deprivation. Sleep-deprived students have lower grades, increased absenteeism, higher dropout rates, and more behavioral problems. They're also at higher risk for depression, anxiety, and substance abuse. Schools that have implemented later start times have seen remarkable improvements in academic performance, attendance, and student well-being. Students get more sleep, arrive at school more alert, and perform better on standardized tests. The benefits of adequate sleep for learning are so profound that Walker argues getting sufficient sleep should be considered as important as any other educational intervention. Chapter 14. Sleep in the Workplace. The modern workplace often promotes sleep deprivation through long hours, shift work, and a culture that views sleep as laziness. This approach is counterproductive because sleep-deprived employees are less productive, more prone to errors, and have higher rates of absenteeism and turnover. Companies that prioritize employee sleep see significant returns on investment through increased productivity, reduced healthcare costs, and improved employee satisfaction. Some progressive companies have introduced nap rooms, flexible schedules, and sleep education programs. Shift work is particularly problematic because it forces people to work against their natural circadian rhythms. Shift workers have higher rates of accidents, health problems, and reduced life expectancy. When possible, forward rotating shifts, day to evening to night, are preferable to backward rotating shifts. Chapter 15. The future of sleep. Sleep medicine is a rapidly evolving field with new discoveries constantly emerging. Researchers are developing new treatments for sleep disorders, better ways to measure sleep quality, and interventions to optimize sleep for health and performance. Personalized sleep medicine may become reality as we learn more about individual differences in sleep needs and circadian rhythms. Genetic factors influence whether someone is a natural early bird or night owl, and future treatments may be tailored to individual chronotypes. Technology is both a challenge and an opportunity for sleep health. While screens and artificial light disrupt sleep, new technologies are being developed to promote better sleep through smart lighting, sleep tracking, and personalized interventions. Key takeaways and practical applications. The non-negotiable facts about sleep. Sleep is not optional. It's a biological necessity as important as food and water. Quality and quantity both matter. You need both sufficient sleep, 7 to 9 hours for most adults, and good sleep quality. Sleep debt cannot be fully repaid. While you can partially recover from short-term sleep loss, chronic sleep deprivation has lasting consequences. Sleep affects everything. There is no aspect of physical or mental health that isn't enhanced by sleep or degraded by sleep loss. Immediate steps to improve your sleep. Establish a consistent sleep schedule. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day. Create a sleep-friendly environment. Cool, dark, quiet, and comfortable. Develop a bedtime routine. Engage in relaxing activities 1 to 2 hours before bed. Limit screen time. Avoid screens for at least 1 hour before bedtime. Watch your caffeine intake. No caffeine after 2 p.m. Exercise regularly, but not within 3 hours of bedtime. Manage stress. Practice relaxation techniques or meditation. Seek help if needed. If you snore, have trouble staying asleep, or feel tired despite adequate sleep time, consult a healthcare provider. The broader implications. Walker's research reveals that prioritizing sleep isn't just about individual health. It's about creating a healthier, more productive, and safer society. This requires changes at every level. Individual. Making sleep a personal priority and practicing good sleep hygiene. Family. Teaching children about the importance of sleep and modeling good sleep habits. Educational. Implementing later school start times and incorporating sleep education into curricula workplace. Creating policies that support employee sleep and well-being. Societal. Recognizing sleep as a public health priority and making policy changes to support healthy sleep. The ultimate message: sleep is not time lost, but time invested in every aspect of human flourishing. In a world that often celebrates sleeplessness as a badge of honor, Walker's research provides compelling evidence that sleep is actually the foundation upon which our health, happiness, creativity, and longevity are built. The choice is ours. We can continue to sacrifice sleep in pursuit of productivity and success, or we can recognize that prioritizing sleep is the key to achieving our full potential in every area of life. As Walker eloquently states, sleep is the single most effective thing we can do to reset our brain and body health each day. The science is clear. Sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. And in a world facing epidemics of chronic disease, mental health problems, and cognitive decline, the solution may be as simple as getting a good night's sleep. This summary represents the key insights from Matthew Walker's groundbreaking book, Why We Sleep. While comprehensive, it cannot replace the full depth and nuance of the original work, which includes detailed scientific explanations, research citations, and additional practical guidance. For the complete experience and to dive deeper into the fascinating world of sleep science, the full book is highly recommended. Please like and subscribe for more book summaries.